What is going on, y'all? This is John with Facemask Fantasy, bringing you new fantasy content every day right here on this channel. So if you have not subscribed already, please hit that button. And I just got to let y'all know that we've been rolling out live streams. We got a live stream every Sunday at 10 a.m. to go over start-sit options for that Sunday's slate of games. And we have a waiver wire show at 7 p.m. on Tuesday to go over who you should be picking up and how much you should be spending on them before the waiver wire deadline kicks in. So come in, hang with us on 10 a.m. Sunday and 7 p.m. Tuesday, and we can answer your questions and hopefully help you win a fantasy league. But without further ado, let's get into the subject of the video. And just to let y'all know, this is not a fantasy football video. This is just a general football video about something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. It's almost a foregone conclusion that Aaron Rodgers will be somewhere else other than Green Bay come 2022. But where does the Hall of Fame quarterback go to finish out his career? Today, we're going to go through the teams that will most likely land Rodgers in 2022, and we're going to see if we can predict the future. Now, the highest QB salary in the league is Patrick Mahomes with $45 million in average annual value, and the 10th is Ryan Tannehill with $29 million in average annual value. Now, Aaron Rodgers currently sits at 33.5, and I doubt he takes much of a pay cut, if at all, so we're just going to say any team with below $29.5 million in projected cap space in the 2022 season is out of the running. That takes the Saints, Cowboys, Vikings, Giants, Rams, Niners, Falcons, Bills, Eagles, Browns, Bucks, Cardinals, Titans, and Ravens, and the Patriots out of the running regardless of whether or not they need a quarterback or not. Now, we're going to be looking at three factors: cap space, how good the team is, and by extension, their front office, and the current incumbent QBs playing for the team as it stands right now. Looking at cap space, the Dolphins are number one with $78 million in cap space and should have a need for a quarterback if Tua can't show enough after coming back from injury to hold down the job after year two. But Miami doesn't have the look of a team that a Hall of Fame quarterback would want to go to end his career with a bang. Miami just isn't the 2020 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Miami isn't even the 2012 Denver Broncos. They have a great defense and that's about it. Their O-line is suspect. They don't have a great run game. And while they just drafted Jalen Waddle, who will be there for, the next 4 years, and they have Devontae Parker, who's signed there through 2023, it just doesn't look like the offense a Hall of Fame quarterback would want to be going to finish out his career. It just doesn't. Now, the Broncos are number two with $76 million and could use a quarterback as well, and they look like a pretty complete team. Now, would Aaron Rodgers want to go there to follow in the footsteps of Peyton Manning, who just went there 8 years ago and brought them to a Super Bowl, or would he want to forge his own road somewhere else? They have a great team top to bottom. They have some great young offensive weapons in Fant and Sutton and Judy and Javonte Williams. I'm going to keep them on my list, but I'm not going to put them number one. Now, the Chargers are third in cap space with $74 million, and the Jags are fourth with $72 million, but neither of them need a quarterback as the Chargers have Justin Herbert and the Jags have just drafted Trevor Lawrence. The Washington football team is fifth with $64 million in cap space, and they could absolutely be in line for a quarterback change after trying out Ryan Fitzpatrick this year and being forced to move to Taylor Heineke after Fitz got injured week one. Now, they have the cap space, and their team was great last year, but thus far the offense has sputtered, and the defense hasn't looked like the one we saw lead the Washington football team to the playoffs last year, thus far through 3 games in the 2021 NFL season. And we also have to keep in mind that the Washington football team as an organization is just a mess. I'm sorry to all you Washington football fans out there, but it's true. And considering Aaron Rodgers' disagreements in Green Bay mostly have to do with a dysfunctional front office, I doubt he would want to go to a team with an even more dysfunctional front office. So while on the surface, Washington might look like an attractive landing spot for Aaron Rodgers, I just don't see it for the Washington football team. Now, the Jets are sixth in cap space for 2022 with $64 million, and they're probably going to roll with Zach Wilson in year 2 despite his struggles. And I doubt Aaron Rodgers would want to go there. Let's be real. The Bengals are seventh with $63 million, but they have Burrow, so I don't anticipate that happening. The Colts are eighth with $59 million, and they just made a huge move for Carson Wentz last year. And while Wentz is terrible, and they could use an upgrade at quarterback for sure, I doubt they'd sign Aaron Rodgers to a mega deal and keep Wentz on the roster, and cutting Wentz in 22 would incur a $15 million dead cap hit next year, which would knock them down to, for what it's worth, $44 million in cap space. I don't know what the Colts do, but my gut is that they're tied to Wentz for the next 2 years, for better or for worse, until 2023 when they can cut him with zero dead cap. The Seahawks are next with $53 million, and they aren't moving away from Russell Wilson. The Raiders seem all set with Derek Carr, who, while he isn't the best quarterback with the best stats in the world, he's one of the more underrated signal callers in the NFL. He's a favorite of John Gruden and is on a 3-game winning streak thus far in 2021. I doubt he's going anywhere. Even with their $52 million in cap, I doubt they make that move. Then comes leaves the Steelers at 11th. This team feels like the number one contender. They will have $48 million in cap space next year. They have a ready-made defense. They have great young skill position players at every position with Najee, Claypool, Deontay, and Freiermuth. And they have one of, if not the most stable and respected front offices and head coaches in NFL's history, let alone currently. Rodgers has spoken glowingly about Mike Tomlin in the past, most recently saying on the Pat McAfee show earlier this week that, and I quote, "It's a great blue-collar town. It's got a great history, that city. Mike Tomlin, you know, he's been there forever, second longest tenure besides Bill. But I have a ton of respect for Mike. I think he's a fantastic coach. I love the way he leads. I love the way he talks after games. He always seems to keep things, you know, really even-keeled, and you know he looks like someone that the players love playing for." End quote. He went on in the interview to talk about how the defense is great and how the skill position players are electric, but Aaron Rodgers doesn't mince words. He tends to be a straight shooter, and it sounds to me like he's been watching how the Pittsburgh Steelers move and shake and has some real respect for that organization. I think we have ourselves a winner here. The Steelers look like the most promising landing spot for Aaron Rodgers come 2022 that we've come across thus far in this video. But just to be thorough, next in line after the Steelers are the Panthers, who have Darnold there through 2022. His cap hit is only 18 mil, but so is his dead cap hit. And honestly, he's looked pretty good for the Panthers thus far in 2021. So considering they have him on such a team-friendly contract, I doubt it's the Panthers. I doubt they make a move for Aaron Rodgers and sacrifice precious cap space when they have a young quarterback who's performing pretty well on a team-friendly deal. Next is the Bears, but they just drafted Fields. After that is the Lions, but Aaron wouldn't go there. They just traded for Goff, who carries a 30 mil dead cap hit next season. The Texans are next, but just no. And the last team is the Chiefs, but they have Mahomes, so that's a non-starter. So I think the Steelers are the number one contender to land Aaron Rodgers next year, followed by the Broncos with Miami at 3, and the Washington football team as a dark horse candidate, though again with their front office issues and just general team dysfunction, I don't think the Washington football team is a likely destination for Aaron Rodgers. So what do you guys think about where Aaron Rodgers will end up next season? Do you guys think, like me, it's going to be the Steelers, or do you guys think it's going to be somewhere else that I mentioned? Put your thoughts in the comments section below. My name is John with Facemask Fantasy, bringing you new fantasy content every day right here on this channel, so if you have not subscribed already, please hit that button. Thank you for listening and have a great day.